All right, we're going to switch gears now and turn to a new online workshop you can attend this winter. Are you interested in family history? Have you tried to research your family genealogy? Well, now, friends of Iowa PBS and the Iowa Genealogical Society are partnering to offer a beginner to intermediate genealogy workshop series virtually, all about how you can find out more information on your ancestors. And it's why Teresa Lewer with the Iowa Genealogical Society and Darla Hasbrook with Friends of Iowa PBS joins us right now. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having us, Shelby. Yes.
All right, looking at family history is something members of my own family have done, but I've never tried it. What are some of the barriers to researching this information?
Um, First of all, everybody thinks it's all online, and it isn't, but we do spend a lot of time online. And it can be just a little overwhelming when you get started. So we always tell you to start with what you know about your own family. And then we start working you back with some of the basics like census records and birth, marriage, deaths. And then we get into the more fun things, which put a little meat on the bones of these skeletons in your family closet.
I gotta say, I'm loving that metaphor right there. So, how does this class work? Is it all online?
It is all virtual through Zoom, so you just have to download the free Zoom app. It begins on February 13th. It ends on March 27th, and it's every other week for 4 weeks. So 4 2-hour sessions. So lots of great information for folks to learn about how they can do their own ancestry search.
All right, so it's $100 to get in. That'll get you into all 4 sessions. What will you
Right.
be covering?
All right, so we have 5 members of the Iowa Genealogical Society who are experienced researchers and do a lot of our classes. We do classes all the time. So we're going to start with some basics. One is organizing your research, because that's the problem. We have a tendency to get overwhelmed. We have piles and piles of paper. So how do you organize it? We're also going to talk about using Ancestry, which is kind of the big dog in online. Everybody knows it. Not everybody can afford it, though, so we always tell you that there's a good chance that your public library has access to it, so you can go there. So we're going to talk about the basics of using Ancestry. And then we're also going to talk about a website called familysearch.org, which is the one out of Salt Lake City, which is free and has unbelievable amounts of research available to you, scanned images and so forth and so on. So that's our first one. Then we're going to talk about immigration and naturalization, because all of our ancestors were immigrants at one time. So we need to know their story of how they came and did they become a citizen, and what kind of records those came with. Then we're going to talk about military records, because most of our ancestors, not most of us, a lot of our ancestors were involved in the military, whether it's Revolutionary War up to the Vietnam War. We'll do that one. And then we'll talk about DNA, which is the hot topic. Everybody wants to talk about DNA. And so we'll go through these. We'll have probably 40 minutes or so of a presentation, and then we'll take Q&A afterwards. And then our last session, we will have more questions and answers that we can try to address for everybody as they're going through. So we're trying to teach people, because it's not just born, married, died. It's filling in the blanks. We want to know more about those people and what their lives were like. And that's what we're trying to give you, the tools that you can go out and find that stuff out.
Ladies, you only have a few seconds left, so do you have to be an Iowa resident to sign up? And what if you can't make it live?
You do not have to be an Iowa resident. You don't even have to be a member of Iowa PBS or the Iowa Genealogical Society. It is open to everybody. And we actually are recording the sessions. So if you're not able to join us live one of those nights, you would have access to the recordings and be able to watch them whenever you would like.
Ladies, I cannot thank you enough for your time today. I hope a lot of people get a lot of good information out of this workshop this winter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For you guys at home, to sign up for this virtual workshop, open to all of our viewers, you can head over to WQAD.com and click on the As Seen on TV tab.